Imagine this. You're doing everything right to stay healthy, exercising regularly, eating well, keeping a youthful mindset, and you've probably heard this hundreds of times. Exercise helps prevent stroke. That's absolutely true. According to the American Heart Association, regular physical activity lowers the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes, all of which are major stroke risk factors. But here's something people rarely tell you. Once we pass age 50, our bodies don't respond the way they used to. Arteries begin to stiffen, blood pressure becomes harder to regulate, and the brain's blood vessels, especially after 60, become more sensitive to sudden changes in pressure or stress. This means that if we choose the wrong type of exercise, especially high-intensity, high-pressure workouts, or ones that simply aren't right for our condition, the very training meant to protect us could actually trigger a stroke. A 2022 study in the Journal of Stroke and Cerebrovascular Diseases found that intense spikes in blood pressure during exercise were linked to a higher risk of stroke in older adults with existing vascular problems. So which exercises carry these hidden risks? Let's go through 12 popular workouts that many people over 50 still do, and more importantly, discover safer alternatives. The first exercise I want to mention, and I know a lot of people still love, is heavy weightlifting, especially pressing weights overhead. There's something exciting and confidence-boosting about grabbing a big weight and powering it up above your head. But the problem is, when you do this, especially if you accidentally hold your breath to push harder, your blood pressure can skyrocket to dangerous levels. Doctors call this the Valsalva maneuver. When you hold your breath, tense your muscles, and pressure builds throughout your circulatory system, including the blood vessels in your brain. For younger people, the body can usually handle it. But for those over 50, especially with high blood pressure or weakened blood vessels, this can be the final straw. The fix: lighten the load, breathe steadily, exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower, and focus on control, not on lifting the maximum weight. The second exercise is burpees. Sounds familiar, right? This move combines a push-up with a jump, often seen in HIIT workouts or high-intensity fitness classes. The problem here is the rapid change in position, going from lying face down to standing tall and then bending down again, which can cause sharp fluctuations in blood pressure and heart rate. In older adults, this can trigger orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing up, or disrupt blood flow to the brain, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even a TIA, a mini stroke. A safer option: try gentler cardio like slow step-ups, marching in place, or alternating arm and leg lifts. They'll still benefit your heart without the risky spikes and drops. Next is hot yoga, or working out in a heated environment. I know sweating a lot can make us feel like we're detoxing and burning fat faster. But for people over 50, especially those taking diuretics or with heart conditions, exercising in high heat can cause dehydration, thicken the blood, and drop blood pressure, all of which increase the risk of blood clots or reduced blood flow to the brain. The better choice? Stick with room temperature yoga or even chair yoga. You'll still get all the flexibility and relaxation benefits without rolling the dice with your health. And the fourth exercise: plyometric jumps like box jumps. These explosive moves can boost power and reflexes, but they also cause a sudden spike in intracranial pressure, and your blood pressure can shoot up to dangerous levels within seconds. In older adults with less elastic blood vessel walls, this can be enough to rupture a blood vessel in the brain. A smarter swap: step-ups, heel raises, or slow balance exercises. They'll still improve stability without shocking your circulatory system. The fifth exercise on the list is long-distance running without health monitoring. I know many people love the feeling of lacing up their shoes, hitting their favorite running route, and enjoying the cool morning breeze. But for a body over 50, especially if you're not fully aware of your cardiovascular health, running long distances continuously at high intensity can push your heart into overtime for prolonged periods. This can easily lead to arrhythmias, particularly atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of embolic stroke. A safer approach If you love running, make it a run-walk routine or try swimming or brisk walking. Safer while still building endurance. The sixth exercise might sound harmless. Heavy leg press. Many people choose the leg press machine thinking it's safer for the knees and hips. But in reality, when you press your back into the seat, push the weight with your legs, and hold your breath, your blood pressure can spike dramatically, sometimes over 300, 200 millimeters of mercury, a level dangerous even for healthy blood vessels, let alone aging arteries. Better option, try bodyweight squats or use resistance bands instead. And remember, always exhale when pushing, inhale when lowering. Next are fast twisting movements like Russian twists or cable rotations. They may look like simple ab exercises, but few realize that quick twisting, especially with added weight, can put pressure on the vertebral arteries, which run along your spine and supply blood to the back of the brain. For people with cervical spine degeneration or arterial narrowing, this can cause dizziness, loss of balance, or even temporary brain ischemia. A safer swap. Go for slow, controlled moves like the dead bug, bird dog, or seated leg lifts to keep your core strong and your spine healthy. And the eighth exercise, advanced inversion poses in yoga, such as handstands or moving from downward dog into a headstand. These may look impressive and feel challenging, but in older adults, they significantly raise intracranial pressure and can hinder blood from returning from the brain through the neck veins. For those with carotid artery narrowing or heart disease, this is a real risk. A safe alternative, skip the inversions and enjoy the benefits of yoga through gentle floor stretches or balance poses with support from a wall or chair. The ninth exercise might surprise you. Extreme breath-holding practices like the Wim Hof method or free diving. Many people believe this builds endurance and improves circulation. But for those over 50, rapid breathing followed by long breath holds can constrict brain blood vessels, reduce oxygen supply, and leave you dizzy, disoriented, or, in the worst cases, trigger a stroke. Your body needs oxygen, and if your brain doesn't get enough, even for just a few dozen seconds, the consequences can be serious. A safer choice, gentle, steady breathing techniques like diaphragmatic breathing or the 4-7-8 method, relaxing and safe. The 10th exercise is one you might not even think of as exercise, straining on the toilet. It may sound odd, but this action also triggers the Valsalva effect, sharply raising intracranial pressure and blood pressure. There have been cases of strokes happening right there in the bathroom, especially in people over 60 with vascular disease. Prevention tip: eat more fiber, drink plenty of water, and don't let constipation become a long-term problem. The 11th is fast, continuous stair climbing. Going upstairs at a slow, steady pace is great, but charging up them repeatedly can cause sudden spikes in heart rate and blood pressure, especially if you're unaccustomed to it or have carotid artery narrowing. Your body needs time to adapt. Forcing it too hard only adds stress to your heart and vessels. Better approach: break your stair climbs into shorter intervals and rest between rounds. And finally, handstand push-ups. This combines inversion with intense exertion, driving up intracranial pressure and restricting blood flow from the brain. For older adults, it's like forcing air into an already fragile balloon. Not worth the risk. A safer alternative: standard push-ups, wall push-ups, or light shoulder exercises. The truth is, exercise is a wonderful thing, but after 50, wisdom matters more than intensity. Our bodies carry a lifetime of experience, but they have also weathered years of wear and tear. Choosing the right exercises not only keeps you strong, but also protects you from hidden dangers. Health isn't just about doing more or pushing harder, it's about training smart. At this age, every decision you make for your body is an investment, and we all want to invest for long-term returns, not gamble it all away. If you learned something new today, give this video a like. It not only lets me know you're interested, but it also helps more people discover this information. And don't forget to subscribe so we can meet here each week to share, learn, and walk together on the path to staying healthy and safe after 50. Leave a comment and tell me, out of these 12, how many have you done, And what will you change now that you know the truth? Let's keep learning, supporting, and protecting each other. So 50, 60, or even 70 can still be years full of energy and life.